South Carolina had 2 running backs leaving at the same time, Calvin Long and Clarence Williams. And they were both great running backs. And I said, I'm going to South Carolina. I told everybody I was going to South Carolina, boy. When I told my mom and them that, they said, oh, no, you ain't. They wanted me to go to Tennessee, but I didn't want to go to Tennessee. I wanted to go to South Carolina because it wasn't as far as Tennessee from Georgia. It was, good ways off South Carolina was, and I had a chance to start my freshman year.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Starting out as a freshman. Yeah. I think that's why I kind of ended up at South Carolina too. They kind of said, well, you can start as a freshman, but they didn't tell me they was going to change their position and put me at wide receiver, which they told you that you wasn't going to be a fullback.
No, they told me I was going to be a fullback, and then after they run that veer though, and I was taking off, that changed.
That changed quick.
Real quick.
That changed real quick. Yeah, man. Just so after you chose them, and let's talk about your first year, your freshman year. Your freshman year at Carolina, not so much any really success your freshman year, but then coming into your sophomore year, that's when you hit your first 1,000-yard, your first in 8 games. Let's get that right. In 8 games, not the whole season. In 8 games, you hit your first 1,000-yard year. Let's talk about that sophomore year.
Me and Johnny Wright, everybody know Johnny Wright. Him and I came in together, and he was a great running back too. He kind of slipped and hurt his knee his junior year and kind of skipped that year, but he was a great running back. But I had running backs that were real good, but everybody that I played with, I don't care who they were. The offensive line was really good blocking. We better running blocking than we were passing blocking. Mm-hmm. So when they gave me the ball, you better watch out, because if it's opening up, I'm gonna take it to the house. I'm gonna take it to the house. Yeah. I got to do that.
And then you came back. The sophomore year, and pretty much did even more. You had 1781. Rushing, and then that final year, the Heisman year, that's when you put up the big yards. So let's talk about that senior year. Now I know Herschel Walker was at the University of Georgia, which you skipped over to University of Georgia to come to South Carolina, and just let's talk about that. Both of you guys having great years. Like what do you think they saw in George Rogers to select you as the Heisman over Herschel Walker?
Well, probably because we played people like Herschel Walker and them. I mean, Georgia, Alabama, Auburn. We played good teams toward the end of our year. We played some tough teams, and I think Herschel, being a freshman, boy, when he got in the game, the first 3 games they ain't let him play. Them last 8 or whatever. Mm-hmm. Herschel Walker was the man. I ain't got nothing to say about Herschel Walker. That boy could run. I mean, he had speed. Mm-hmm. When he was gone, and he was a tough runner too. You ain't gonna just bring him down. You might well forget that. He could be dragging you. Yeah. He's a heck of a running back, and I just appreciated the things he said to me. He said, you're a good running back too. So I was like, hey, let's do this. Let's get on in this NFL and make this money.
Yes, sir.
That's what I was wanting. I was wanting them paper.
Yeah. But that kind of leads to where we're going. We're talking about the 1981 draft. And, you got Hugh Green sitting there, who also was up for the Heisman. You got Lawrence Taylor sitting there. Just names, like so many names that I could go. Ronnie Lott.
Boy, you said all of them, right? Like Dennis Smith.
It was so many that year, and your name was called first overall. And so take me there. Take me to the Heisman. Take me from the Heisman to the draft.
Boy, when they told me, they said in the first pick, George Rogers. And I'm going to New Orleans. So I'm like, whoa, boy, this is going to be fun. But I remember Earl Campbell. Mm-hmm. Earl Campbell was a great running back. And I said, I'm going to be just like Earl Campbell. If they don't get me before I get to the hole, it's going to be some good running. And, of course, Earl Campbell and Bon Phillips was just like that right there. So they brought Earl Campbell to New Orleans. And I was like, look like somebody going to have to go. I ain't going to get there and and run against Earl Campbell. I want to go somewhere. I told him I want to be traded. So I got with the Washington Redskins and went to play for them.
Okay. Yeah.